Hello, everyone. Hello, BFF. So, for the ones who are recently viewing this or new to our community, I want to introduce myself. I am Mafe, and I want to welcome everyone to a new episode of Moms Know Best. And we're so glad to have everyone here today in our show.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's right, Mafe. Hello, everyone. My name is Yona, as you may or may not know. Welcome to everyone who's tuned in here on Facebook, as well as everybody on Kumu. Hope you guys are all having a great day today. So excited.
Yes, exactly. And, it's another day to be grateful for many things. And, Yarn and I are here with you and grateful to be always sharing, cherishing, and cherish new stories by meeting inspiring individuals. So we are definitely overjoyed and overwhelmed with happiness for all your support ever since we started Moms Know Best show.
Yes, that's true, Mafe. That's why we continue to have a live show on most Thursdays because, we want to reach more people who need to hear the learnings and experiences that each of our guests have. Now, hopefully, like
Mhm.
us, everybody who's tuning in, you'll be inspired and empowered to do the same. And we're so excited to have a very special guest as we give the stage to an amazing woman who's not only who has an expertise as a specialist, but also for her love for women's breast awareness and intervention. Our guest today is an amazing woman who's also thriving in her career in health sciences. She's a specialist in breast imaging and intervention for everyone, aiming to educate them about women's and breast imaging. Now, besides being a successful specialist, she's also a principal director in breast imaging and intervention named Women's in Breast Imaging, a leader provider of diagnostic imaging for women. Her talent and expertise even reach all the women across Western Australia. So it's super, super exciting for us.
Yes, this incredible woman is ready to be on our online stage today. So, getting to know her would be a blessing for us. So, what are we
Yeah.
waiting for? Let's all welcome the beautiful Dra Vanessa Atienza-Hipolito. Hello,
Yeah.
Dra.
Hello, my friend. Hello, Yona. Thank you for
Thank
having me.
you. Oh, goodness. Thank you for being here with us today, Dr. Vanessa. How is your day going?
I'm great. Thank you. Thanks for asking. And yourself?
Yes, we are good. I have to say, I'm really loving your pink jacket. We'll be able to learn more about why this you have a pink jacket on, but it's one of our
Thank you.
favorites as well.
Yes. Okay, so before we get to know you even more, what we'd love to do with our guests is have a quick icebreaker just to, um, create the relax moments. And we have one question for you. So are you ready for that?
Shoot.
All right. I mean, we have a lot of questions for you, but we'll start off with this one. If you would have a chance to create your own film, what would it be? What would be the theme and why?
Film.
Mm.
That's interesting. You put me on the spot.
Could be a film about your life, maybe.
Would it be maybe a romantic comedy? Would it be an
Well, if I
action? Would
want
it
to
be?
put on a film, I'd like to put on a film of cancer survivors. It's very important to
Ooh.
me. It's my passion. I'd like
Okay.
to not only make people aware, but I'd
Mhm.
like people to learn and to take action. And maybe the movie will have a better impact, a greater impact. So I think it's
Ooh.
a great idea.
I love
So
that.
we have stories, but we don't see the actual what's going on behind the
Oh my
scenes
goodness.
during the diagnosis, after the diagnosis, and during the treatment. I don't know if I've seen any movie like that. Have
Oh
you?
my gosh. think we've just
Yes, have a
unraveled
good one.
something here, Mafe. I think
Exactly.
I can see and envision a docu
Mhm.
series with Dr.
Yes, that's what I was gonna
Vanessa,
say.
right?
Exactly. Well, after this interview, you'll be more confident being live, so don't you worry, Dr. Vanessa. So, speaking of your passion, all right, so let's just get to it. Can you share details about you and what has your journey been like as a specialist in breast imaging and intervention?
Do you have the whole day? It's a long story.
All good, all good. We've got a great viewership right now that wants to learn from you. So please
Anyway,
share with us.
so 16 years ago, I came here in Perth to study and subspecialize in interventional radiology because when I was at Medical City, when I was doing my radiology training, I was so inspired by my mentor, Dr. Vea. There's only two interventional radiologists in the Philippines at that time, and I was so inspired to do it. And there's no fellowship training in the Philippines, so I was really, dreaming about going overseas to train. So I got a
Right.
chance to train here in Perth. So and then the plan is after a year of my training is I will go back to the Philippines, practice interventional radiology. I will be the third person specialist in that field, and that's the plan. But my plan is not God's plan. God's plan was for me to meet my Glenn, get married, have kids, and then I was given an opportunity to train in breast imaging fellowship here in Perth. And then
Wow.
I have to sit the exams. I need to go through studying, on calls, working full time, working on holidays, public holidays, working after hours, whilst having babies, and being a wife. So it was really challenging to balance everything and to make time for family, but I was determined to finish and sit the exam and pass my exam. So really studying a lot, sacrificing my family time to studying and working, and then finally um, qualified for the exams, and I got a chance to work. Um, in countryside of remote WA, Western Australia. And then after that, I was given an opportunity to work part time here as a locum. They call it locum, contractor. After a year of working as a contractor, they offered me they offered me this business. They sold it to me, and I said yes, and I'm glad I did. And then 7 years later, here I am, business owner.
Wow,
7 years.
Wow,
amazing. That's
amazing,
amazing.
and I'm sure there's more to the story because it is an inspiring, and you continue to save lives with their mental health, right? A lot of us women are still in fear of even having a checkup, right? So I'm
Mhm.
glad that you're there and having that voice. So I mean, apart from what you shared, what about women and breast imaging that makes you want to get up in the morning?
What else? So obviously, my family,
Mhm.
my my two kids, Alessandro, who's 14, and Zoe, who's 10 years old. So they are my why. And I want them to be their mom. I want them to be proud of their mom. I want them to be inspired at what I do and be proud of me. So and apart from what I do, obviously my patients are also my inspiration.
Hmm.
Oh, I love that. So sweet.
Yes, beautiful. And of course, as also a business owner, you have many memorable moments. Is there one or two that stand out for you? And if so, share with us, and why was it memorable?
So the highlight of my career was when I was invited to be a lecturer, a
Hmm.
faculty in Chicago. That was
Wow.
in 2019. and I was amongst the international leading breast imaging expert in the world. And I think I've sent you the photo of that. And I was amongst the faculty of authors of breast imaging books. So it was really an honor, to be sitting, eating, dining, and
Wow.
speaking in front of the world. It's not only face to face. It's not only face to face convention or conference. It was also live. There are 300 plus people who were online watching.
Wow.
Wow.
So
That's
that was
incredible.
Amazing. Well, congratulations. I would love to know more about that experience. But just to repeat again what you mentioned earlier, that there are plans in place that you feel as though those should be happening, but then God has different plans for you. And I think Yona and I have learned that too with our fellow life coach. She has taught us that you are at the right place at the right time with the right people. And to know more about this, and Dr. Vanessa will learn more from your journey. Let's just take a little break and learn more about what it truly means on being at the right place at the right time with the right people. So check this out, guys.
Hey protons, positively charged beings. This is your life coach, Kimmy Lu. I'm a global life and leadership coach certified in neuro-linguistic hypnotherapy and NIA, and I'm also a Reiki master practitioner and certified sister stories facilitator. I'm also the author of Master Dating, intentional guidebook to celebrate life, which features activities that can help you nurture more self-love. I believe that life is a party, and we should always celebrate it. This has been the inspiration behind all the programs and experiences I've co-created since 2010. And it has been truly fulfilling for me to guide like-hearted beings in their journey to becoming the best version of themselves. In 2020, I co-created the Wellbeing Boost program to help warriors regain a calmer perspective through the power of intention, gratitude, compassion, and courage. As more and more people seek support through challenging times, there was also a need for more heart workers to do this work with me. And I've found the best Well-Being Boost program facilitators to guide our growing community of well-being warriors. Whatever phase you're in your life right now, I want you to know that you have the power to change. You can create a different reality. You can have a more joyful, abundant, and positive life. You can celebrate now. Will you say yes to an abundant and authentic life? Get started now by going to kimmylulifecoach.com or send us a message at team@kimmylulifecoach.com.
Yes.
Amazing.
Welcome
Well,
back.
welcome back, everybody. And we are back here with Dr. Vanessa. And, just to continue on, like what Mafe mentioned, we're at the right place at the right time, right people. And I just loved ever since we met, and we met online, right? We met via Zoom.
yes,
And I
indeed.
get this, I get this little message, and she says hello. And I just love, ever since that moment, it was kind of like that connection we just automatically
Mm.
had. And you're just such a bright light. So I just wanted to share that with you, because I just think, clearly you are making an impact to those
Mhm.
around you, and it doesn't even have to be physical. You are making an impact also online. So, thank you for doing all that you're doing. But, I know in your line of work, especially, there are big challenges. And, have there are there any big challenges that comes to mind? And, how have you managed them?
So there were many challenges, but the one that stands out was when I took over this business 7 years ago. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea how to manage a business, and I don't have any idea to lead the team. So, and then when I go and meet my colleagues in the breast world, breast imaging world, breast surgeons, and other specialists, they keep telling me that women's breast imaging. You're so young. How can you manage that? And your clinic is not affiliated to any hospital and not affiliated to Breast Screen WA or Western Australia. And I feel underestimated, so it challenges me because as a small business with no affiliations to anyone, and I hear people saying negative things about my business and how they manage the patients. I diagnose patients, and then when they go to the specialist, they will tell me, "I don't have access to your images. I cannot refer to you anymore. I will never refer to you anymore." So that's what they've been telling me all the time, and that challenges me to think bigger and said, how can I care more for women so these women who are diagnosed will be able to have continuity of care to the breast surgeons and to the oncologists, etc. So I challenged myself to collaborate with the corporate world, with the corporate imaging centers, collaborate with the public and private hospitals so that they can have access to my imaging, and at the same time I can have access to their imaging as well, so that we can continue the care of the women until from their diagnosis until moving forward until the surveillance. So moving 7 years later, they have all the imaging center here in public and private hospitals will have access to my imaging, and I have vice versa. They gave me access to their imaging. So that's big for me. And the people who were telling me that we will never refer to you, they're now in my top reviewers. They're now my best.
Wow.
So yes.
That's
We
amazing.
know that, right?
That is amazing, and that is so inspiring because a lot of people would get discouraged, right? Naturally,
Yes.
some people that would really hit their confidence and then their self-esteem. But I love that it actually added that fuel to the fire in your belly to kind of go, you know what? No, I actually am super passionate to help my patients. I'm going to do what it takes so that they get that continuity of care. And I absolutely love that. It's super inspiring. I think it's such an important message that even if there are people who have doubt in us, we really have to make sure that we don't doubt ourselves because we remember our why, right?
Exactly. And what I did, instead of thinking that the corporate imaging centers are my competitors, I treated them as collaborators, as a team, because we are working as a team actually to care for these women. We're not competitors anymore. We are
That's
collaborators.
right.
We are a team in their healthcare.
I love that. So, I mean, I'm just going to go off that answer that you provided. Did you find that they had resistance at first?
Yes, it took me
Yeah.
years.
Oh, it took you years. Wow. How long approximately?
It's not an overnight sensation.
Wow. But what's important is that you got there in the end, right? And
Yes.
and everybody got together, banded together, and remembered that there are patients in the center of all of this. And so that is just, it's a testament that in humanity people can band together and collaborate and really help people. I love it. That's so amazing. Thank you for sharing that with us. Now, I'm just wondering, with everything that's going on, and I know you've learnt so much in your career, what do you think are like the secrets behind getting to where you aim to go?
It's actually no secret. As what you always say, especially in Mafe, it takes a village. I cannot do I cannot be where I am today if not because of the family who've been supporting you, the people around you, my mom, my sister, my relatives in the Philippines. And I want to take this opportunity to thank them for their support and for their love. They even voted for me for this Osmopreneur. Because
Amazing.
I want to take this opportunity to thank everybody here in Australia, overseas, in the Philippines, in America, all over the world. It takes a village. So I'm really grateful and thankful for them, for the prayer warriors who've been praying for me all throughout my challenging obstacle days. So yeah, it just yeah, it takes a village really, and I'm really grateful. And same as in my work, I'm really grateful and thankful for my team. I cannot do what I'm doing here without my team, my great team. So I'm really very happy and proud of them.
Oh, I love that. That's amazing. And I think, what's amazing, the reason why people really love to support you too is because you recognize that you have the prayer warriors, that you have that love and
Yes.
support from those around you, from your family, from your friends, from your team. And yeah, it's just amazing. I think, that's something that we all collectively do for each other. And it's such an important message to share. I love it. Now, what is the best bit of advice that you can share with someone looking to move into a similar career path as yours? Yeah.
Oh, well, there's a lot of pieces of advice I'd like to share, but the number one, I think you will need to um, uh, think about, differentiate between what is business and versus being productive. So you need to define whether what do you mean by you're busy and you cannot do things. You need to define your business versus being productive, because there's a difference, right? This is what
Yes.
my husband would always say: define business. People are so busy doing so whatever, but are they being productive? So that's what she would always say to me. So there's a big difference. So what's the difference between business doing what? Social
I love that.
media, or doing
Yeah.
things. You have a long list to do, and you're busy. You're trying to get through all those lists. But at the end of the day, are you being productive? Are you ticking everything? Are you finishing
Yeah.
it? Or do you have the top three that you want to tick for the day, and just
Yeah.
focus on that and be productive every day? So that's my number one tip. But there's more, but we can talk about that next time.
Yes. No, these are great tips, though. I think it goes aligned with
Yeah.
what Yona shares is being resourceful. Earlier we talked about it takes a
Yeah.
village. You could be the head poncho directing everyone, but for your team to take action for you, then you're able to create more ideas and
Yeah.
close deals, or even speak to more patients and build more of your charity works, right? So thank you, Dr. R, for that. I know you have so many things going on. We would love to give you this opportunity to promote anything that you have upcoming. How can people the best way that they can contact you? Please go ahead and share those.
So, hence I'm wearing pink because now it's October Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So
Yes.
I'm here to promote. I'm here to promote breast
Yes.
Oh,
cancer awareness. So we'd
I
like
love that.
women to not be aware, but I'd like women to take action. There's a lot of awareness already, right? But
Yes.
I'd like women to take action. Go to your doctor, get a referral, go for their routine check, not only one time, but regular check. Because
Mm,
the reason why we're doing the reason why I'm doing what I do is to save women's life. How can I save women's life if they don't go for a check? And the reason why we're doing early check is early detection. What it means by early detection: if we don't just check for changes, lumps, and bumps, the reason why you want to go for a check is to find cancer before you can even feel it, before you can even a doctor can feel it, to find as tiny as a rosary bead. That we can see on the mammogram on the ultrasound. So go for a check for a mammogram and or an ultrasound, even if you don't feel anything and even if you don't have symptoms. So that's my message.
I love that. Can I
I
ask you another
agree.
question?
Yes. Go ahead, Yona.
Is there like a minimum age or like, you know,
Mm.
of when we should regularly
Start
get
at
our
40.
40.
Have you heard
Okay.
anyone being diagnosed at the age of 40?
Yeah, even younger.
Yes. So if you're under 40 and you have a high risk family history, go to your doctor and get any imaging. So start with the
Okay.
ultrasound. If you're 40 onwards, even if you're 70, 80, and you're a fit and healthy 80-year-old, like here in Australia, still continue checking. Start at
Mhm.
40, of course. If you hear women being diagnosed at the age of 40, usually it's late diagnosis and a end stage or late stage disease. And these 40 to 49-year-old women, it's the important age group because this is the age group where you have young kids. And if you get diagnosed in that age group and it's advanced stage, your lifespan is decreased. Instead of you living another 40 years plus, that your lifespan will decrease. So it's a very important age to start at 40. Don't wait until 50. I know in Australia they start screening at 50,
Yeah.
but the service is available from 40 onwards. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, there's a lot of misinformation and miscommunication and misunderstanding. And hence, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to give my message.
Yes.
Oh,
We're
amazing.
very
Thank you.
grateful because this is the year that Yana and I have to make sure that we take care of ourselves even more. So again, right place, right time to hear that. Thank you for
Yes.
being a
Very.
blessing to us,
Exactly.
and I'm sure to many viewers who are listening to us right now. And speaking of blessing, we do have one more to thank. Let's tune in this very special, beautiful, and inspiring sponsor that we have for Moms Know Best, and we'll hear from Dr. before after we watch this.
Every child has a right to play. Every child deserves a bright future. Every child has a right to be who they are. To express themselves, to laugh, to live peacefully, to live. Every child deserves to be loved.
I am me. I am unique. I am loved.
Such a beautiful message, and also it's in line with our beautiful guest today as understanding how loved we are because there are people like Dr. Vanessa here spreading the word on how we can be more aware, more knowledgeable on staying fit and healthy, especially for the women that we love in our lives. It could be for ourselves and for our moms, our sisters, our nieces, our cousins, whoever that needs to hear this, please share this live. Please share this replay to them and have them learn from Dr. Vanessa. And I'm sure that Dr. Vanessa is more than happy to answer any more questions or even just hello. I'm sure she'll be happy to hear from everybody and anyone out there that just needs that extra support. So thank you so much, Dr. Vanessa, for being with us today. We're so amazed at everything that you do and how genuinely passionate you are with your field by being the gateway for people to take this route and
Yeah.
protect women's health.
Exactly. So please share with us about how people can contact you and your business so that, it would really be great to be able to share all of this important information.
Yes.
So yes, just go to Dr. Google and then type breast imaging, and then it will show up my business website, and also we have a Facebook page, Women's Breast Imaging. So that's how you can contact us and just send us a message or. Yeah, and if you're on LinkedIn, you can find me under Dr. Vanessa Atienza-Hipolito.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
We'll definitely be sharing your contact details as well.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my goodness. So thank you so much, Vanessa. I think, you really truly are an inspiration. And I'm so happy that you pursued your dreams as a doctor. And I love the fact that you stayed. You stayed in Australia.
Uh-huh.
So, again, it was God's plan for you. And it was, I love the fact that all the three of us have now connected. And I love that together we're able to continue to empower more women around us, right?
Yes, and that's very important, Yona. As what Filipinos are, we try and try until we succeed. And that's how determined I was. Even if I have to repeat another 5 to 6 years of radiology, which I did here in Australia, I'm already finished 4 years in the Philippines. I almost repeated more than 5 years here. And I just finished it. I did it. It was challenging, but I was determined to finish and to achieve my goal. And that's how where I am now. I was persistent. I have a positive mindset that I can do it. I believe that I can do it, and I achieved it, and I succeeded.
Oh, amazing.
Exactly.
You are so
And-
inspiring.
And with that, we are very proud, of all the accomplishments and the continuous success that you will be sharing to the world. And we hope that you can come back again and maybe talk about new events and new exciting things that are happening. But maybe we cannot announce that yet. But just watch out, guys. Dr. Vanessa and I will be doing something fun and amazing because we would love to follow you in his footsteps. That's why. So thank you again,
Yes,
Dr. Vanessa.
inspiration too.
Yes, we'll see you next time on Moms Know Best. And if you do have any shout outs, perhaps your family or maybe clients or friends that are tuned in, you want to say hi to them?
Oh yes, I just saw my friends there, my family, my relatives. Tita Didi. I saw Tito Dean. I can see Adrian. Hello to everybody, and Nana Francia, Alex, Nana Francia. My in-law. I cannot be where I am today without them.
Oh,
So
thank you,
yes,
Nana Francia.
and then I can see Tita Didi. She's also my inspiration. She's in California watching. So yes, I'm very passionate with breast cancer detection because she's also a survivor. So yes,
Oh, amazing.
great.
Thank you
Amazing.
again, Dr. Vanessa. Like we said, this is only see you later, and we'll see you again perhaps 2022 when we are able to announce what we're about to announce. But we're not really going
Yes,
to announce that right
I
now. So,
will.
so we'll see you again soon. Have a great rest of your day, and thank you again for being with us on Moms Know Best.
Have a
Yes,
great
See
day,
you
everybody. Thank you,
soon.
Muffet.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jonah.
thank
Thank you
you.
to the team.
See you soon. Oh
So
my goodness.
Yona, we need to make a date. As soon as you
Yes.
turn 40, we need to plot that date on getting tested because,
Yeah.
like Dr. said, it's more prevention
Yeah,
than
definitely.
curing. And it's funny. I'm currently watching this show on Netflix, and it was about breast cancer awareness. And I did learn a lot from that show, as well as what Dr. shared, that getting tested, even if you have family history, and you're a young woman, it's okay to get checked, because the earlier you get checked, it's the better to prevent
Yeah.
what is causing whatever it is that is going through your body. And
Yes.
maybe might have anxiety. It's better to know than all of a sudden just feel symptoms,
Hmm.
or um, just get tested,
Yeah.
guys. But
No, I totally agree with you. I know, like, this is something that my dad always says to me, and he's been saying this to me ever since I was little. And he always says, an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of
yes,
cure. And so I think, that
yes.
resonates 100% with any ailments,
Mhm.
but especially with October being, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I think it's important for all the women and even us
Mhm.
women, or even for any of the males that are watching right now, remind the women in your life to get checked. And it's
Yes.
important, especially for those who have it in their family. I think, this is a really great reminder. And I think, this is definitely something that for us, mums know best, that we should share,
Yeah,
because it's definitely something that's close to our hearts. It's, oh, what an amazing show.
I know
I
it
really,
was.
I really loved, like, her persistence and resilience. I
Mhm.
really
Yes.
super love that. It was so
Mhm.
inspiring, because you really
Yes.
could just give up, right? When people
Mhm.
start to knock you down, or they start to say things about your business. But it's like she got
Mhm.
even more inspired, right?
Yes. Well, it goes to say, the more haters that you have, that means there's something good in the world that you're doing, right?
Yeah, that's
So
true.
it's okay, guys. Just keep going, because when a negative comment is said, that means that they are noticing. They're noticing
Mm,
what you're doing, and they just need to comment. But at the
yeah,
end of the day, just like Dr. Vanessa, you are saving lives. You
yeah.
are sharing a knowledge that people know. And
Definitely.
it's funny, she quoted on what I actually posted today.
Yes.
Our the meaning of life is to leave a legacy, be at service for others, and
Hmm.
also just be an inspiration,
Yeah.
because our life is precious, yes, but others are too, that are given to you as gifts. And I
Yeah.
love that he gave shout outs, Dr. gave shout outs to her whole family and acknowledged them, that it does take a village. And you and I talk about that all the time.
Yes.
Your family is your board members. I love that.
Yeah.
My family too. If you're tuned in, you are my board members also.
Yes. It's
And
so true.
you know, life becomes such you're an eye opener. And I think today was really something special, right, Yona? Because we're
Yeah.
also dedicating the show to a very special person that has touched many lives.
Yes.
Yona and I both grew up having Father Paras as part of our lives. We heard mass every simbang gabi, and
Yeah.
every Filipino celebration. And for
Yeah.
Yona, I know is very special too, with your milestones. So we
Yes.
love you, and you are going to be missed. Thank you so much
Definitely.
for all the prayers and inspiration that you have given the Filipino community, especially in Australia.
Yeah, definitely. For me, this definitely was something that, hit my heart. because Father Renato for us was really somebody special. Like, we really thought of him as somebody that was a part of our family, you know.
Yes.
Like what Mafe mentioned, you know, he was the first chaplain, Filipino chaplain in Australia, and you know, especially here in Sydney, he was a part of everyone's of every
Life.
Filipino family, you know. And so for him, personally for me, you know, he blessed the houses of my family, and he was the priest that married Patrick and I, and he baptized both my children, and he was also there for my kuya and his children too. And so, you know, I just love the fact that we've dedicated this show to him, and you know, he really has touched so many hearts, and I know he will continue to
Yes.
bless us all, because he always reminded us how much God loves us. So yes, thank you, Father, for all that you did, for the service that you gave to your community here in Sydney. Thank
Yes.
you,
Thank you so much.
everybody.
So for
Oh,
everyone, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you again next week on another episode of Mom's
Moms knows. Oh,
Know
best.
Best.